Hello everyone, how are you today? Today we're gonna learn about emergencies and what we should do. So first, let's have a look at some pictures and then we will continue with some question and answers, okay? And then after that, we'll read a passage together and then by the end of the lesson, you'll figure out how to give instruction about emergency services to other people. All right, let's get into the lesson today. In the United States, when there is an emergency. All right, by the way, before we get into that, I would like to ask you one question. So, what does it mean by emergency? Do you know the word emergency? Yes, for example, robbery, when there's a fire, an accident. Exactly. So, when something's happened like that. So what should you do? Exactly. You need to call 911 or whatever number it is in your country, depending on your country, for example, like 109 or 191 or 911 whatsoever. So we call them emergency service. All right. So let's have a look at the text that we're going to use today. All right, here we go. So what can you see in this picture? Yes, so you can see police, yeah, doctor, we can so call ambulance, and lastly, yeah, firefighter. We can call the fire department. Exactly. So, and the last picture, that is the operator. So when you call 911, as you can see in this big picture, so you're directly calling the operator right here, okay? And then the operator will refer to the police and also the ambulance and also to the fire department, so to speak. All right. So before we start reading, let's learn some important words. Okay. So please try to repeat after me. Police, ambulance, fire department, operator. Police, ambulance, fire department, and operator. All right, so fire department is a service that who helps in fire. Okay. On the other hand, ambulance is a service that normally with a car that takes sick people to the hospital when there is an accident, like car crash or something else. And for the police, people who keep us safe. For example, when there's a robbery, okay, like someone steal the money or a crime, okay, so you should call to police officer, police department. Okay, so let's try to read this little passage together. In the US, dial 911 for the police and then don't panic. Okay, so let's say that we're finished reading. All right. So, so who do we call in the US? Yes, we call 911 in an emergency. So what happens if someone is sick? What should we do? Yeah, we should call ambulance. Okay. Um, what what should you do when there is a crime or robbery out there? Probably in the bank. Yes, you should call the police department. Okay. So when there is a fire out there, in the yard or in the building, what should you do? Right, you should call the fire department. Exactly. All right. So I'll say the emergency case, and then you say the emergency services you need to call. All right. So when there is a fire, yes, fire department. When there is a crime, someone is robbing the bank, yes, police department. Oh my God, there is an accident, there is a car crash, ambulance, exactly. All right. So if you see a fire, call 911 and tell and ask for the fire department. If someone is hurt by an accident, call 911 again and ask for the ambulance. If there is a robbery, ask for the police department. All right, now it's your turn to write those sentences. Okay, three sentences about emergency service using if there is. All right. Okay, so when you finish writing, now let's write the whole instruction by ourselves together. Okay, so let's say in an emergency, call 911, ask for the emergency services you need, and tell the operator your name and where you are. And lastly, don't panic. All right, so when you finish writing, and I want you to write one more time using with the emergency service number in your country. Okay, so when you finish that, please write down the instruction in the comment below. Yeah. All right, so that's it for today. And thank you for joining to my lesson and have a good, wonderful day and see you in the next time. Bye bye.